So today I'm here to show you how to poach shrimp. Why poach shrimp? Well, poaching shrimp allows you to retain the moisture and kind of the nice flake and I think kind of softness in your shrimp without, I think, creating that hard crust that sometimes happens when people pan sear things or grill them. The truth is, when you pan sear something, it creates that crust, and oftentimes the oil and the crust itself can have carcinogens in it. And grilling, obviously, to a very high temp, when you create blackness on your food, basically that's carcinogenic. Don't get me wrong, I eat that type of food. I just think it's good to reduce your exposure to that type of food, as much as you can, and keep it for like a special night out perhaps, or a special summer barbecue grill. But most of the time I think eating healthy poached food or steamed food is really great for you, or even raw. Yes, raw shrimp is good. But anyway, we're gonna poach it here. Now for this, the poaching also infuses the shrimp with some wonderful, I think, flavors. Here we have saffron and some aromatics from the garden, which create like a nice background flavor for your shrimp without overpowering the flavor of the actual shrimp itself. So you can taste the shrimp, but it kind of has a nice background allure to it. So poaching also is really quick and easy. If you're exhausted, you had a busy day, and you come home and you're like, I just want to have something good and healthy. I don't want to have to go out or order out, so it's not really that good for me anyway. So this poaching liquid, basically you can get it, and it can be top-notch poaching liquid in like under 20 minutes. And the shrimp poaching that, it takes nothing, like just a few minutes of that. So quick, it's easy, it's healthy for you, and I think once you master the techniques behind poaching, which are really simple and not that complicated, it can be something you can consistently do at a high level anytime you want. So that's like the why to poach the shrimp, or why we poach the shrimp. What is in here now? This is 8 cups of filtered water. It is 2 teaspoons of sea salt, and you can easily sub out with kosher salt if you would like. 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which creates wonderful flavor and also a nice color to your shrimp. 1/4 teaspoon of fennel seed, just whole, thrown in. 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes that aren't too spicy but have that nice kind of pepper flavor to them. Bay leaf, and then also some celery and carrot, about 1 celery stem, 1 carrot, medium diced, thrown in there. And then also there is some thyme, tarragon, and parsley from our garden thrown in there. And I just went out and just plucked out the herbs and threw them in. The herbs you can kind of play with, and really all the aromatics. If you're missing something, it's not the end of the world. You can probably figure out something you can sub it out with that'll be pretty good too. The herbs you can mix up, so these are popular herbs, I would say, for poaching fish or to be paired with fish. But if you don't have these, parsley is fine. If you like cilantro, that would be fine as well. Mostly those cilantro stems, I think, would work the best. So there are options in terms of the aromatics that you throw in. The key is to have it well salted and to have it actually taste good. So you can actually taste your poaching liquid to see if it's the way you like it. And for that, I would aim for a nice, not overly powerful flavor, but you definitely want some flavor there, and you want to be able to taste the ingredients, because that's what your shrimp will taste like in the end. So that's that. What I'm going to do now, right after I walk you through kind of the tools that you have to have, is actually poach the shrimp and show you what to look for with that. So in terms of like the tools, it's pretty straightforward. You see I have a stock pot here. I put the lid on, so basically that makes it come up to a boil quickly. And then I reduced it to a rolling simmer, and so that's what it's at now, which is the exact way I want it to be when I put my shrimp in. I have shrimp. These are small shrimp, and the shrimp, these are deveined, and then they're shell on and tail on, so you can kind of pick them up and eat them like that. Now these are small. You might get big shrimp. I want to show you how to poach shrimp so you know if it's done, and you don't have to worry about has it been 1 minute or 2 minutes, because that's really an artificial constraint on your cooking. You want to look for doneness, and I'll show you what to look for with that. So it really doesn't matter the size of shrimp that you get. This is a pound. That would be important to know. So it's a pound basically for 8 cups of poaching liquid. And then I have a sheet tray with some parchment paper on it and a little strainer. Now you could if you want, submerge your shrimp when they're done in cool salted water. Often, people put ice on that. Why I'm not doing that with this poaching liquid is I have saffron in here, and saffron is pretty pricey, so I want to retain really everything that my shrimp is getting from that saffron, and I don't want to dilute it by putting it in cold water. So that's why I'm going to just lay it out on a sheet tray. And if you cook the shrimp until they're just done and pull them out and lay them out on the sheet tray, then they'll just be perfect and tender, and really you don't need to submerge them in ice water at all, I don't think. So that's that. And then you have a little strainer to pick up your shrimp, and then a little spoon to spread them out on your sheet tray, and that's it. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is our poaching liquid. Look at that beautiful saffron color. Isn't that exciting? Now, if we were in a traditional restaurant situation, we would make fish stock, and often you add white wine to that. But I wanted to create a simple poaching recipe that the home cook could follow. That's not, too crazy in terms of the prep. So it's something you can bust out, on a weekday evening if you're tired. So that's that. Again, this has been boiling away for about 20 minutes, and then I reduced it to this right here, a rolling simmer. And then I have my shrimp here that I'm going to throw in, and I'll show you basically what to look for so you know when it's done. So bear with me. I am one-handed shooting and cooking here. So you can throw it in, and basically shrimp, you can tell when it's done by the color of the shell. I wish I had a better camera here to really show you, but hopefully you'll be able to see basically when it changes color, when it turns slightly pink, you want to pull it basically. And that doesn't take too long. Now when you add your protein, which is cold, hopefully your shrimp is cold, to your poaching liquid, the poaching liquid temperature goes down. So it was at a rolling simmer and now it's not. You'll notice that. It's still pretty hot. Obviously it's going to cook your shrimp just fine. I have the heat is on kind of medium right now, medium to slightly medium high, but nothing too crazy. And you can look at your shrimp, see? This is not done yet, but it's almost there. So keep stirring it. And here we have basically where we're gonna land the shrimp once it's done. These are all pretty uniform shrimp, so they're not quite there, right? I like to keep stirring it, so that way the heat basically of the poaching liquid gets easily distributed. And this is just going to be so delicious. Look at that. Nice saffron flavor. See, they're almost there. Hopefully you can see that some of the shrimp's outer shell here beyond the tail have changed color. So we'll just let it go for a little bit longer. And you can use the same poaching liquid with really a variety of different things. Like you could use sea scallops in here, whether they're bay or the large ones. I mean, that would be really great, wouldn't it? Shrimp, obviously any kind of size of shrimp is fine. Even some fish I think would be great poached like this, like halibut is a really good poached fish, even salmon, so there are a lot of options here. See, it's not done yet. You can tell by the legs themselves are still not pink. So we're just let it go for just probably another minute or so. And hang tight, we'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back. Here we are. See our shrimp, basically. Hopefully you can see that. The legs are just turning pink, and the shell basically has a nice pink tinge to it. That was like another minute and a half to 2 minutes, basically from when I paused that video. And then you want to pull it as soon as you can, just directly into the sheet tray, kind of spread it out as you're, if you can see that through the steam, landing on the sheet tray. And I like to fish it out with something like this. You could just dump it all out into a colander, but the thing with that is you're going to then lose out on this broth, which is now infused with the shrimp, which would actually, you could reuse this poaching liquid for another round of poaching shrimp, or maybe, scallops or your fish, right? So, however you want to use it. So that's why basically I'm just pulling the shrimp out of this poaching liquid as quickly, as I can while I'm holding a video camera, which is not the easiest thing. Okay, so there we go. basically, they're your shrimp. They're spread out on the tray. I'm gonna actually spread them out even more. Look at that beautiful saffron infused color. Yum. And then spread them out and let them cool. Bay leaf, nobody wants to eat that, right? So we'll take that out of the mix. So then you basically can serve them right now if you want to serve them hot, or you could let them, you know, cool down a little bit and throw them in a salad later on. This would be a really fun thing to do, I think, on like a Sunday evening, and then you could have poached shrimp in your salad for Monday and Tuesday, which is really, I think, nice and delicious. So there we are. I'll let them cool just a little bit so I can eat them and be right back. The shrimp are right here. Again, they're laid out on the sheet tray to cool. Every now and then you can come through if you want to cool them down and use them throughout the week with a spoon, a metal spoon, and kind of distribute them a little bit so they cool on all sides, kind of flip them over, stir them around. And that's that. So it doesn't take long to poach really any type of fish, or really anything for that matter, but shrimp is super kind of quick. So again, perfect weekday night meal, or if you want to, you know, prep ahead a little fixing for your salad with the shrimp on the weekend, that's great too. These are shell on, so washed my hands, right, like a good girl, and now we can peel the shrimp and enjoy them. So look at that. You can see how beautiful that is. Perfectly cooked, and then it has that nice color from the saffron. Oh my god, it's so great. There's something about saffron, I think, with fish or with shrimp or scallops that just makes it sing. And then in the background you have those herbs that I mentioned and your other aromatics. Little, like, you barely taste the fennel, but it just has this nice little background hint to it. So wonderful, I think, way to poach shrimp that's not overly complicated. You know, it's quick, it's easy, it's so good. I mean, this is just the best way to have shrimp, I think. And it doesn't dry out, really, your shrimp at all. So enjoy it. What, you know, would be good with this too is if you have a lemonade aioli, which you can check out on my blog at www.gabriellemyers.com. You could dip these in a lemonade aioli recipe that's there. It's delicious. I'm going to enjoy one more. See, this is like one of the most beautiful things in life. A simple dish that you can enjoy, you can share with the people that you love, and, you know, spread the good cheer, as I say, while you can. Now, if you're interested in checking out more of my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gabrielle Myers, and it's GABRIELLEMYERS. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, you know, this video and any others that you see, please. And then also, if you're interested in checking out my poetry, my memoir, I write articles on food and farmers. I have interviews too that I've done in the past when I was trying to promote my memoir. So if you're interested in checking out more of my writing and also more recipes, please visit www.gabriellemyers.com. That's MYERS. And in there I have also a blog where I post dairy and gluten-free seasonal recipes. I've been keeping this blog since 2014, so there's a lot on there. And it's all relatively healthy for you. And again, dairy and gluten-free. So please check it out. Try some poached shrimp. Try to poach something else and have a good time and a good life. Thank you.